One of the most wicked teachers in the history of Hogwarts, Dolores Umbridge is a fascinating villain, and the woman who played her, Imelda Staunton, is a versatile and talented performer. But what happened to the actress after leaving the franchise? Here's what Staunton has been up to since Harry Potter. Imelda Staunton didn't join the Harry Potter films until the 5th installment, The Order of the Phoenix, but she was the perfect choice to play the multi-layered character of Dolores Umbridge. As the new Defense Against the Dark Arts instructor, the saccharine, pink-clad professor is only there to dissuade students from actually learning. This forces Harry and his friends to create an illegal study group so they can teach themselves defensive spells. If that wasn't bad enough, Umbridge also tortures her students, and in one scene, she even gets a little slap-happy with Harry. Despite the fact that she's driven out of Hogwarts by the end of Harry's 5th year, Umbridge appears during the second-to-last installment of the film series, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. In classic Umbridge style, she's back to her old ways of abusing power. Fortunately, Harry manages to disguise himself and best her once again. With a mix of wholesomeness, arrogance, and cruelty, Staunton's pitch-perfect performance as Umbridge left an unforgettable mark on the series. After her run in the Harry Potter movies, it seemed logical for Staunton to transition into other blockbuster films, and eventually she found her way into a few hugely successful Disney projects. In 2010, Staunton joined Tim Burton's adaptation of Lewis Carroll's classic novel Alice in Wonderland. The film even features a few of Staunton's Harry Potter co-stars, including Alan Rickman, Timothy Spall, and Helena Bonham Carter, as well as Staunton's husband, Jim Carter. She only has a few short lines as a talking flowers, but Staunton gives her thorny characters some serious personality, and she comes out smelling like a rose.
Stop that.
Staunton also appeared in Disney's 2014 anti-hero tale Maleficent, which stars Angelina Jolie as a seemingly evil witch who cursed Aurora, better known as Sleeping Beauty. Staunton plays a character named Knotgrass. She's one of 3 pixies who take human form and stay by Aurora's side until she becomes safe from Maleficent's clutches. Staunton later reprised the role in the 2019 sequel Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Staunton might not have physically appeared on screen in her next big project, but her role was an incredibly vital one. In 2014's Paddington, Staunton provided the voice of Aunt Lucy, who remains off-screen for most of the film but still manages to give an emotional backbone to the entire narrative. Paddington spends his childhood with his loving Aunt Lucy and Uncle Pastuzo, who was voiced by Michael Gambon. You might remember him as the actor who played Albus Dumbledore opposite Staunton. After Pastuzo tragically dies, Aunt Lucy sends Paddington to live in London, where he's adopted by the quirky and kind Brown family. In Paddington 2, the little bear embarks on a mission to bring Aunt Lucy to London to live with him and the Browns. Despite many struggles, he eventually succeeds, and Staunton briefly reprises her role for some of the film's most heartfelt moments. The same year that Staunton made her first appearance in the Paddington series, she took on an emotionally charged and resonant project called Pride. The film, based on a true story, is about a faction of London's LGBTQ+ community that bands together to support miners during the 1984 British miners' strike. Though the two groups seem to have very little in common, the LGBTQ+ community raises money for the miners, creating a campaign known as Lesbians and Gays Support the Miners. Staunton played real-life activist Hafina Hedon, who was part of the Women's Support Group and Strike Committee. Throughout the film, there's no denying that Staunton gave a truly powerful performance.
You better shut her mouth or I'm gonna do it permanently.
Staunton earned a BAFTA nomination for Best Supporting Actress, and the film itself got a nod at the Golden Globes for Best Motion Picture in the Comedy or Musical category. Plus, Pride featured Staunton acting alongside yet another Harry Potter veteran, Bill Nighy, who appeared in the Deathly Hallows Part 1. After years on the big screen, Staunton took on some television roles, but true to form for the talented actress, she wisely chose high-profile projects that brought her even more acclaim. In 2007 and 2009, Staunton appeared in Cranford and its sequel, Return to Cranford, the story of a small town where widows and unmarried women lead happy, fulfilled lives within their community. Cranford featured Staunton as Octavia Pole, one of the more gossipy residents of the town. She was joined on the show by her husband, Jim Carter, and once again, her old Harry Potter cohort, Michael Gambon. The year 2012 brought Staunton even more critical success with HBO's original film The Girl, which told the dark, lurid story of Alfred Hitchcock and his enduring obsession with the leading lady of the birds, Tippi Hedren. Staunton played Alma Reville, Hitchcock's long-suffering wife and screenwriting partner. Her performance earned her nominations for another BAFTA and a Primetime Emmy Award. After the success of the original series, it seemed inevitable that Downton Abbey would get its own movie. And in 2019, the long-rumored film finally hit theaters. It focuses on a visit from King George V to the Crawley estate. Imelda Staunton's husband, Jim Carter, reprises his role as Carson, while she plays Maud, one of Queen Mary's ladies-in-waiting. The movie premiered to positive reviews, and it also allowed Staunton to reunite with her Potter co-star Maggie Smith, who played Professor McGonagall.
Are we going to kiss?
I'm glad you want to kiss me. It wasn't quite what you said when I last heard from you.
Something you'd like to say, dear?
Oh, there are several things I would like to say.
The actress who played Dolores Umbridge isn't just an acclaimed star of stage and screen. In 2006, Imelda Staunton made news when she was named an officer of the Order of the British Empire. 10 years later, she earned the title of Commander of the British Empire, both thanks to her work in the dramatic arts. Now, it seems that Staunton will take her royal ambitions to the next level. According to Variety and the BBC, Staunton will play the part of Queen Elizabeth in the 5th and final season of The Crown. We can only be thankful that Dolores Umbridge never achieved the power of the throne. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite actresses are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.